Okay. Stop this, and let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome to this shit show. I'm the Gaminator, and this will hopefully be the penultimate episode of this fucking awful challenge. So, if you don't remember what happened last time, I skipped level 17 because I'm genuinely convinced that shit's impossible. It was the final part. And I made it to the escape sequence. Now, I'm just gonna spoil things. The escape sequence is not different in any way with the Laryless challenge. If you want to know the only real difference, it's just it being on Madness difficulty. Having none of the shit that Larry gives you does not change it, so I did it off stream, and as you can see, it went pretty bad. I died like 32 times, but we move on from that. So, without further ado, please let this be the end of this stupid challenge. There. I'm just gonna let this cutscene play out. Now, I'm scared for Demon Larry, but for only two reasons. It's not the actual fight itself, it's just his health and the controls. Because if you don't know, top-down controls for this section suck dick.
You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
What? I'm not saying that.
I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death.
Bow before your guitar god. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
Oh shit.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has. Some ultimate weapon. Let's tag him with it.
Thanks for the monster tokens. And what are you to do? I am Soda 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? You can't comprehend mine in strength.
Would be a good time to toss a donut into your mouth.
Donuts! They make me big and
Quick,
strong.
throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Oh fuck.
Die like the insects you are. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Bow before your guitar god. The backyard boys suck.
Shit. Okay. First death. Ain't the end of the world.
He's eating the monster tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Fucking. There. Jesus Christ.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Ever see a drummer just explode? just explode? The backyard boys suck.
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna start thinking this is gonna be a long stream. Also, when the fuck did that go up an additional third one?
Tokens? I have a bad feeling about this.
Gotta fucking fix that. Is it fixed now? Yes.
I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain deaths. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Son bitch. Welcome to Undertale Bullet Hell. Shit. Yeah, I'll kill Larry eventually. It's just trying to survive rock music and being violently electrocuted.
Tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to
Oh
avoid
dear lord.
You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
I just gotta take this slowly. Let me up. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Thank you.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Backyard boys suck. Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens.
Let me up, thank you.
Bow before your guitar god. And what are you? My amps go to 11.
The game crashed. Oh. Shit. You know what? I'm just gonna count a death for that. Larry was so powerful, he crashed my game. Fucking hell.
Achtung!
Oh, I'm starting to think this may not be the final stream. Oh dear God.
Remind me to book my next Christmas vacation here.
Steal the infinite monster token.
He's eating
Okay.
monster tokens.
We got time traveling here.
About this.
Being predicted.
I'm not saying that.
I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain
Oh
deaths.
fucking God. Let me through. Thank you. Oh God.
If you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Just explode. Does this lick blow your mind? My amps go to 11.
Some ultimate weapon. Let's tag him when he opens that fat mouth of his. Once again.
And what are you to do? The backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha!
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
I know I shouldn't, but They're so
Rick,
yummy.
throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Nah, shite.
Bow before your guitar god. You can't comprehend my strength. Die like the insects you are. The backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. I'm so hungry. Ever see a drummer just explode? And what if you did it? My amps go to 11. The power! Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Donuts! They make me big and strong.
Ah, shit. I panicked. Don't know why I keep adding more deaths. Probably because I'm putting in the console command.
I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Oh, fuck. Let me through.
For your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? You can't comprehend my new
Once
strength.
again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Get under. Oh, God.
Thanks for the monster tokens.
Like, every single one of these moves are easy to avoid aside from the lightning.
Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind?
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
Thanks for the tasty treat.
Rick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
And what do you want to do? Ever see a drummer just explode?
Damn it.
He's eating the monster tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Fucking God. Oh, no. 2 steps forward, a million steps back.
Bow before your guitar god.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
My amps go to 11. Looks like... Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. And what if you
Ah, shit.
ever see a drummer just explode? You can't comprehend my strength.
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
Just can't help myself.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Bow before your guitar god.
Fuck.
He's eating the monster tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Secret technique. 6-bit molotovs. This will blow your mind. And what are you to do? My amps go to 11.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Ever see a drummer just explode? Backyard boys suck. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Die like the insects you are. Backyard boys. Ever see a drummer just explode? Does this wig blow your mind? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Bow before your guitar god.
Would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
Man, everyone stand back more.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is
Not sure if that helps or much.
Thanks for the monster tokens. And what are you to do? My amps go to 11. You can't comprehend my strength. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Thanks for the tasty treat. Ever see a drummer just explode? The backyard boys suck. And what are you? Does this wig blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. I know I shouldn't, but they're so yummy. Bow before your guitar god. My amps go to 11. Power! Die like the insects you are. My amps go to 11. Donuts! They make me big and strong. Thanks for the monster tokens. And what are you to do? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Backyard boys suck.
Okay.
Can't help myself.
That's one of many.
Decibels of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death.
I swear there was like health in this, wasn't there?
Technique. 6 power of decibels of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo.
Shit. Also, wait, how the hell did I not build any super during that?
He's eating the monster tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death.
There's so many entities.
You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Ever see a drummer just explode?
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
You can't comprehend my strength. My amps go to 11. And what do you do? This lick blow your mind? Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god.
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
So hungry.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Thanks for the monster tokens. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Ever see a drummer just explode? The power! Just can't help myself. Die like the insects you are.
Sorry if I'm not talking much. I gotta focus so fucking hard for this.
And mind and strength. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
The issue is, if I talk, that happens more frequently.
He's eating the monster tokens? I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really tired of all this jumping around to avoid certain death. You know, if you weren't hideously grotesque and totally insane, you might have made a cool band mascot.
Secret technique. 6 molotovs and a metal solo. Bleeding power cord number 5. Decibels down before your guitar gone. Does this lick blow your mind? The backyard boys suck.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Come on, you old cunt.
My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? And what do you want to do? Thanks for the monster tokens.
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
Donuts, they make me big and strong.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Fuck.
My amps go to 11. The power! You can't comprehend my strength. Die like the insects you are. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha!
Gotta restart now. Because I gotta use all the bombs flawlessly. So on top of this being a very lengthy gauntlet, I also need to do this flawless. Which fucking sucks so bad. You know, I thought this was gonna be easy. as always, Monster Madness seems to always fucking surprise me. In the worst possible ways imaginable.
Once again, another creepy old man wants to help us. Well, let's get to him and see what he has.
Come on, you fuck.
Does this wig blow your mind? And what do you need to do? My amps go to 11. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! You can't comprehend my strength. Die like the insects you are. Does this wig blow your mind? And what do you need to do?
Now would be a good time to toss a donut into his mouth.
I know I shouldn't, but they're so
Rick,
yummy.
throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Thanks for the monster tokens. My amps go to 11. The backyard boys suck. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Bow before your guitar god.
This is gonna be a long stream, isn't it? You know what? While I'm here, I'm just gonna check something. Does that only happen with Carrie, or does it happen with everyone? The super thing, because if you gain super slower with Carrie and it's inconsistent, then I'm probably better off just using Zack. Either that, or Jennifer. Oh, yeah, sure.
This is it.
The only benefit with Jennifer is just
To this.
being able to swing stupidly fast.
Monster token.
Point 3. There.
No, Larry! Don't give in to the token shiny temptations!
What? I'm not saying that.
Larry's guitar is producing sound waves of a fantastic amplitude. Watch out! I'll put an end to you and your monster madness! Ah!
Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Bow before your guitar
If we
god.
can touch the janitor's spirit, he'll bestow us with the ultimate weapon. We need to look for a break in his attacks, and then throw them while his mouth is open.
Thanks for the monster token. And what do you? My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? The power! Die like the insects you are.
Time to toss a donut. It'll be just like bullseyeing womp rats back home.
Tasty treat.
Rick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
You can't comprehend my new strength. Thanks for the monster tokens.
That was risky.
Bow before your guitar god. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Does this wig blow your mind? I'm so hungry. Backyard boys suck. And what do you need to do? My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? The power!
Fuck. I am so dead after this. Shit.
You can't comprehend my new strength. Backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Bow before your guitar god. Donuts! They make me big and strong. Does this lick blow your mind?
Damn it. Try to get to the corner. Just trying to figure out who would be the best for this.
No, Larry!
Actually, I already know the answer for that. It's Andy.
Shiny temptations!
But I banned Andy specifically because of that.
Sound waves of a fantastic amplitude. Watch out! I'll put an end to you and your monster madness.
Fuck.
Ah!
I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Let me through.
Just explode?
If we can touch the janitor's spirit, he'll bestow us with the ultimate weapon.
Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster token.
Hey, great.
What are you?
Same situation as last time, but I gotta do it 5 times now.
Go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode?
Time to toss a donut. It'll be just like Bullseye and Womp Rats back home.
They're so yummy.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. You can't comprehend mine and strength. The backyard boys suck. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
Is the corner safe?
Before your guitar god.
Let me check.
Really shouldn't have eaten that.
Please tell me the corner is safe. From the lightning, I mean.
Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster token. And what are you? My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode?
Wait,
Oh, I shouldn't.
I may have found a tech. I may have found the trick. I may have found the trick. Nope, never mind. Fuck. He was waiting for me to say that. Shit. I was so close as well.
No, Larry! Don't give in to the token shiny temptations! Larry's guitar is producing sound waves of a fantastic amplitude. Watch out! I'll put an end to you and your monster madness. Ah!
Secret technique. 6 finger hold of metal somewhere leading power cord number 5. Die like the insects you are.
If we can touch the janitor's spirit, he'll bestow us with the ultimate weapon.
Get over here.
My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? Thanks for the monster tokens.
I just keep standing in this corner. What are you gonna do about it?
Before your guitar god.
What the? Okay, that's what I'll do. They'll leave me stuck in a corner. Or put crazy... Or put fucking crazy glue on my bouncy shoes.
No, Larry! Don't give in to the token shiny temptations! Larry's guitar is producing sound waves of a fantastic amplitude. Watch out! I'll put an end to you and your monster madness. Ah!
strength.
If we can touch the janitor's spirit, he'll bestow us with the ultimate weapon.
Does this link blow your mind? Ever see a drummer just explode? Thanks for the monster tokens. Bow before your guitar god. And what are you? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
Time to toss a donut. It'll be just like bullseyeing womp rats back home.
Tasty treat.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Backyard boys suck. Power! Die like the insects you are. Ever see a drummer just explode? Bow before your guitar god.
No,
Just to make this more bearable, where's dialogue? There.
don't give in to the token shiny temptations.
Down secret technique. 6-bit molotovs solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha!
What I would do to have the sonic shield.
Backyard boys.
Make this so much fucking easier.
Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. My amp's done 11. You can't comprehend my... Does this lick blow your mind? Bow before your guitar god. Thanks for the monster tokens. My amps go to 11.
Quick, throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Donuts, they make me big and strong. And what are you? Ever see a drummer just explode? The backyard boys suck. Power! Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Just can't help myself.
You got the axe.
Die like the insects you are. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Power! Ever see a drummer just explode? And what are you going to do? I'm so hungry. The backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. My ass go to 11. Donuts, they make me big and strong. You can't comprehend mighty strength. Power! Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. My amps go to 11. The backyard boys suck.
There, now I can actually test to see if it's just a carry-related thing or if it's both supers. Okay, nope, it's no, just carries. At least I know now.
Holy death metal solo secret technique. Six-fingered cloud of death here waiting.
Now I just gotta survive this gauntlet again. Oh, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I'm dead.
Decimals of death. Secret technique. Six-fingered
What the fuck?
here waiting. Power cord number 5. Decimals of death. Unholy death metal solo. 5,000 decimals of death here waiting. Power cord number 5. Holy death metal solo. And what do you hope to do? Does this lick blow your mind? Bow before your guitar god. Thanks for the monster tokens. Ever see a drummer die like the insects you are? Thanks for the monster tokens. Does this lick blow your mind?
I don't remember if this map has health or not.
And what do you? My amps go to 11.
Now a donut while that big body's
If it doesn't, I am so fucked.
Tasty treat. Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. Ever see a drummer just explode? The power! Looks like you're gonna live fast and
Overreacted. Not overreacted. I did it too fucking early. That's what I did.
5,000 decibels of death. Secret technique. Six-fingered molotovs solo. 5,000 decibels of death. You're waiting. Power cord number 5. Holy death metal solo. 5,000. You can't comprehend my strength. And what do you hope to do? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ever see a drummer just explode? My amps go to 11. Thanks for the monster token.
Stop running from me, you fucking janitor. Get over here.
Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god.
Thank you, Jesus.
Does this lick blow your mind? Die like the insects you are. Thanks for the monster tokens. Backyard boys suck.
now a donut while that big body's mouth.
Secret technique. Six-fingered cord of death metal solo. Leading power cord number 5. 1,000 decibels of death. Unholy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. You're leading power cord number 5. Holy death metal solo. Secret technique. Six-fingered cord of death You're leading power
No, fuck, fuck.
Holy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Unholy death metal solo. Leading power your guitar god. And what are you going to do? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! explode? The power! You can't comprehend my new strength.
I'll be surprised if I can even get a second loop off of this shit, because I can't even pull off like 2 loops. Fuck my life, man.
Before your guitar god. Backyard boys suck. Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. My amps go to 11. Looks like you're gonna live fastest. Ever see a drummer just explode? Die like the insects you are!
Donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Can't help myself. Bow before your guitar god. Ever see a drummer just explode?
I never learned. I just stand in the fucking corner. Oh dear lord.
Unholy death metal solo secret technique. 6-finger lord of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo secret technique. 6-finger lord of death.
Dear lord. Send help. Help, please. My phone number is 123 help. I'm scared.
The backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. My amps go to 11. The power.
Fucking hell.
Comprehend my new strength. And what do you want to do? Does this lick blow your mind?
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Really shouldn't have eaten that. My amps go to 11. Thanks for the monster tokens.
Fuck.
Secret technique. 6-finger lord of death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Ear bleeding power chord number 5. Holy death metal solo.
Shit's so bleak.
Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
Fuck.
Before your guitar god. Backyard boys suck.
And that's half my health gone.
You can't comprehend my strength. Bow before your guitar god. Thanks for the monster tokens.
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Donuts, they make me big and strong. And what do you need to do? boys suck. Does this lick blow your mind? My amps go to 11. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. I know I shouldn't, but they're so yummy.
Fuck.
Secret check.
Back to our originally scheduled ass kicking. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
Ever see a drummer just explode? You can't comprehend mine and strength. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? Backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. And what you to do? My amps go to 11. Die like the insects you are. You can't comprehend mine and strength. Does this lick blow your mind?
Throw a donut while I'm
I threw it at my own feet. You know what? I've got Larry down twice with both characters now. I might as well just see what Jennifer can do for the sake of just throwing everything at the fucking wall. Fuck, I just went into Zach's house. Don't want to be here. There.
Steal the infinite monster token. What? I'm not saying that. 5,000 decibels of down. Ear bleeding power cord number 5. Unholy death metal solo. You can't comprehend my strength. And what do you hope to do?
Oh, God, get away from me.
Backyard boys suck.
Stop giving me the fucking electric chair treatment.
Does this lick blow your mind?
And furthermore, I need to stop fucking going underneath the damn thing. Going in between his legs.
Before your my amps go to 11. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ever see a drummer just explode? Die like the insects you are. My amps go to 11.
throw a donut while that big belly's mouth
I
is
know I
open.
shouldn't, but they're so yummy.
Wait, what?
Ever
Oh
see
my
a
God.
drummer just explode?
New attention has came to light. I have figured out how to... Wait. I might have a way of doing this. But it may require me breaking the one rule that I stuck by for this whole fucking challenge. Which is going to suck. But at this point, I do not care. By the way, I already got a reset. Fuck. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I gotta add one for every time I've reset. So it's like it's like 4 times. There. I swear it was 4. It's not that. Be consistent. Oh god, now Larry's spamming. Larry's going Larry tools and he's spamming. Go down.
You can't comprehend my new strength. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Power! My amps go to 11. Ever see a rumor just explode? Thanks for the monster tokens.
Stay in this corner.
Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind? Backyard boys suck.
Add another one to the list. Because I am way too fucking impatient.
5,000 decibels of death. Secret technique. 6-finger molotovs. Soldier leading power.
Come here for your Tommy Hilfiger.
Decibels of death. Unholy death metal solo. Secret technique. 6-finger molotovs. Death leading power cord number 5. And what are you to do? You can't comprehend my strength. Die like the insects you are. Does this lick blow your mind?
I ended up here somehow.
Thanks for the monster tokens.
Don't you run away from me.
Bow before your guitar god.
Get away from me with your guitar.
Go to 11. And what are you to do? Ever see a drummer just explode? Backyard boys suck.
Now we're doing that while that big boy's mouth is open.
Just can't help myself. You can't comprehend my strength. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Backyard boys suck. Thanks for the monster tokens. Bow before your guitar god. I'm so hungry. Does this lick blow your mind? And what are you to do? My amps go to 11.
Just stay in the corner.
Ever see a drummer just explode? Donuts! They make me big and strong. You can't comprehend my strength. Die like the insects you are. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young.
Fuck. You see my ragdoll just fucking start flopping everywhere.
Unholy death metal solar.
Oh, fucking Larry, you son of a bitch.
Bow before your guitar god. My amps go to 11. Ever see a drummer just explode? You can't comprehend mine in strength. Ever see a drummer just explode? My amps go to 11.
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Thanks for the tasty treat. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. This may blow your mind. Really should have eaten that. Thanks for the monster token.
Just keep attacking his fingers.
And what are you going to do? Die like the insects you are. You can't comprehend my strength. Ever see a drummer just explode? I'm so hungry. My amps go to 11. Does this lick blow your mind? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Bow before your guitar god. Just can't help myself.
Come on, come on.
Thanks for the monster tokens.
God damn you, guitar. When it hits 230, I may as well just cave.
Unholy death metal solar. 5,000 just
I'm caving, and I'm breaking my one rule.
death metal solar secret technique. 6 power of just air bleeding power.
In all fairness, fuck this challenge and fuck this game. The fact I made it this far without cheating is a miracle in and of itself. So we'll take that on the cheek. And I'll just accept this challenge is probably impossible.
Backyard boys suck.
Because there are multiple levels that you can't really do, i.e. 2.
Before your guitar god.
There are only 2 levels, the last 2 levels in the game, you can't beat them because of 2 very specific parts. Which you could very easily, maybe, beat with Andy.
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is
No, I
open.
shouldn't, but they're so yummy.
But god damn it, this will be the final damn episode if it kills me.
Mind and strength. Die like the insects you are. And what are you going to do? Does this lick blow your mind? Bow before your guitar god. Donuts! They make me big and strong.
1, fuck off. 2,
Thanks for the monster tokens. My amps go to 11.
3,
Backyard boys suck.
4,
Ever see a drummer just explode?
5,
Thanks for the tasty treat. Looks like you're gonna live fast
6.
Donuts! They make me big and strong! Bow before your guitar god! Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens! And what do you want to do? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young!
There.
I know I shouldn't, but they're so yummy. Unholy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death. Unholy death metal solo secret technique. 6,500 decibels of death. Ear bleeding power cord number 5.
Man. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm dead. Okay. I've learned something. I actually know a way of firing super now. So maybe Carrie will do a little better. We can only hope. Because I do not want to fold and use Andy. Because I have weapons on Andy that I was planning on using for a different run. But I guess I can just clear it out and then just do it like that. Because all I really need is the melee weapon.
What? I'm not saying that. Unholy death metal solo.
So part of me feels like he doesn't spam as much when I start the level. Is that just coincidence? Part of me feels like it is.
Go to 11. The backyard boys suck. Power. You can't comprehend my new strength.
What the fuck?
Die like the insects you are.
I can't hit it.
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is
Okay, never mind.
Ear bleeding power cord number 5. Unholy death metal solo. 5,000 decibels of death secret technique. 6 unholy death metal solo. Ear bleeding power cord number 5. Decibels of death. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Ever see a drummer just explode? The power! Does this lick blow your mind? Thanks for the monster tokens. And what are you?
Die.
Just gonna check. Nope. Carrie cannot hit him. Okay, I guess that cancels out Carrie being good then. I got lucky, which I doubt.
Backyard boys suck. Die like the insects you are.
throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Yeah, I can't hit him,
Big and strong.
sadly.
Ever see a drummer just explode?
Part of me's not kind of hoping I can actually do it with Andy.
Bow before your guitar god. And what are you to do?
Because if I can't, then yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna try Zach real quick, just see if it's a thing. And then I'll give Andy a shot, just to see if it'll even work with him, if it doesn't work with Zach. And then if it doesn't work with Zach, I don't know what the... It doesn't... No, it doesn't work with Zach. It doesn't work with Andy. I don't know what the fuck to do. So, yeah. Not excited.
The infinite monster token.
To check. Skip to check point 3.
What? I'm not saying that. 5,000 decibels from death. Secret technique. 6-finger chord of doom. Unholy death metal solo. My amps go to 11. Does this lick blow your mind? Ever see a drummer just explode? Thanks for the monster token. Bow before your guitar god. And what do you hope to do? The power! Backyard boys. You can't top a head high and straight. Looks like you're gonna
Okay, I can't hit it with Zach.
die young.
Fuck.
Die like the insects you are. Thanks for the monster tokens. Ever see a drummer just
So weird.
Now a donut while that big
You know what? Let me check something real quick. I'm actually just gonna check Andy to see if it even works with him, and if it doesn't, then fucking hell, I am screwed. I'm just gonna say I'm screwed. Alright. Let me just see if this works with him, and if it doesn't, then I don't know what.
steal the
Here comes Andy.
monster token?
Skip to check point 3.
What? I'm not saying that. Unholy death metal solo. Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Thanks for the monster token.
I can hit his ankles. I can hit his shins.
You hope to do. Ever see a drummer just explode? My amps go to 11. Backyard boys suck. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind?
I can't get it with Andy either. Ew. Fuck.
Ear bleeding power chord number 5.
Don't tell me I need to do this. Like, this. By mailing at his ankles and shins. Because that would be terrible if that was the case. You know what? I'm gonna melee his anklers for a bit.
Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ever see a number just explode? I am so 11. Does this lit blow your mind? And what are you to do? Bow before your guitar. Backyard boys suck.
I'm gonna just test. Does it hit him? It does not. Okay, so... now what? I've tried basically everything available to me. Can't exactly set them on fire because let's say Demon Lair is immune to fire. And even then I don't think it would really do much because molotovs are relatively weak against bosses. The only boss it's kind of good against is Bob Zombie, but that's just because it makes him move. I've tried Carrie, which is what I usually use on bosses, and I can't exactly use her because I can't farm super, which is the main way I kill bosses. I can't use Andy because I can barely get any hits in to farm health, and usually I lose health at a faster rate than I would gain it, so... yeah. This might actually be the end. And, I don't know what to think. Like, honest to God, I don't fucking know anymore. Fucking alright. Well, I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. I have nothing I can use that would work against Larry. I've tried everything I could. And
What are you waiting for? Christmas?
I just don't know what else to do. So, yeah. That sucks. And, oh god, that was fucking, I don't know what the worst part is. The fact that this is how the whole series ends after 13 streams, or the fact that I got so fucking close to doing it legit. It was just these two levels right fucking here that just flipped me off in the end. Is it fitting? I guess. There's any real motto to take from this. It's, don't do what I do. Unless you really fucking hate yourself. I'm just going to signal it out here and end the stream after doing one final thing. As I've promised Evie, I'm going to do a tier list for every enemy and every level in the game. I've got tier list maker up for both sites, so maybe I can do that enough. And, yeah, I don't know anymore. Like, the only thing I could think is using the radioactive flashlight and the soda hat, but I can't do that because I need to go to Larry's trailer to get those. I don't... Actually, wait. I may have a way of doing it. Probably breaking another one of my rules. And it is extremely fucking cheap. But if we're talking logistically here, it's a weapon you don't get from Larry's trailer. So you know what? For old time's sake, let me just do that. Simple command.
Infinite monster token.
You just type in God. And now you have the strongest weapon in the entire game. So, let's just go to checkpoint 3. Because, yes. Because I said this is the last episode, the last string of this. And I am being dead honest in that. Get over here. You are going to die the moment this is done. The moment your fucking belly gets opened, I am killing you instantly.
And what do you hope to do? Backyard boys suck. My amps go to 11. Bow before your guitar god.
I'm moving so fast. I'm Speedy Gonzalez.
Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Ha! Thanks for the monster token. Ever see a drummer just explode?
Here we're gonna see the ultimate power of Andy Gomez in his final form.
Backyard boys.
Looking at him tanking all this.
Thanks for the monster tokens.
Throw a donut while that big bully's mouth is open.
Now it's just a game of not fucking up throwing the donuts.
My amps go to 11. And what do you need to do? Looks like you're gonna live fast and die young. Bow before your guitar god. Does this lick blow your mind?
Eat donut.
Just can't help myself.
I said I'm killing Larry
Ever see a
by the end of this. And I fucking mean that.
die like the insects you are?
It's cheap and fucking petty.
You can't comprehend my strength.
But you know what?
Ever see a drummer just
This is Monster Madness.
backyard boys?
And to say this game hasn't royally fucked me enough as is an understatement.
Donuts.
So you know what?
Eat big and strong.
If there's anything I can take away from this, Monster Madness is a broken game. Shocker, I know.
Tokens.
But
Does this lick
maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. Hell if I know. I don't know anymore. This challenge has made me question my life choices that led me up to this damn thing.
Let's go to 11.
So, please, just get out of it.
So hungry. Looks like you're gonna live massive. Does this lick blow your mind? Bow before your guitar god. Thanks for the monster tokens.
There.
Oh, I really shouldn't have eaten that.
There. Hey, Larry. Eat my dick! If it even works. It does not. So, I guess that blows it out the table. Yep, you can't even beat Demon Lair with Hand of God. Jesus Christ. Well, I can't say I didn't try. Well, at least it was 469 deaths. Try to find the silver lining in that. So, well, let's just look on the bright side. I'm gonna do a tier list for everything. Okay. So, feel like I might as well do the monster one first, since it's a lot easier to understand than, well, the levels. I guess the simplest way to do it is, so D tier and S tier are the monsters that are the hardest, in my opinion. And then D tier are the ones that were the easiest. And then we'll have B tier being annoying, or C tier. Actually, we'll have C tier being annoying, B tier being dangerous, A tier being annoying and dangerous, and then we'll just have S tier as fucking kill me. So, I guess we can start off with the easy one. Bob Zombie. A complete pushover. I beat him on my second attempt, I think. It was my second or my first attempt. And it's for the simple reason of you can just beat him by spamming molotovs and having him kill himself by luring him into the crane. Captain Bones, honestly not that bad. I mean, he's irritating, sure, but he's not obnoxious. Evil Dolls, piece of cake. They only appear in the Mr. Huggles fights, so they ain't that bad. The real annoying part about them is they just kind of slow you down a bit. Banshees were kind of eh. I mean, on one hand, they stunned you a crap ton, which made them super annoying. But they weren't all too dangerous if you, like, shot them at a range with nail guns. So I guess C tier. Bigfoot was very dangerous, most for the sake of if there were more than one of them, they could basically just stun lock kick you to death. But they're not exactly S tier material. Very deadly though. They could basically TOD you. Evil clowns were kind of nothing. The only real annoying part about them were the bubbles that kind of just absorbed your bullets, and you couldn't exactly go for them at close range because they would just kick you. So, I guess they can't really be annoying because they weren't that bad, and you only really saw them like once or twice in the game. So I'll put them in D tier. Now, Cancer, by themselves, they're not bad. In the Granny and with Witches, though, kind of a different story, because they are super obnoxious. So, I guess for that, I'll put them in C tier. Dogs are honestly not that bad, mostly because they spawn a lot less frequently than cats. I think they spawn a lot less than cats, actually, because witches don't spawn dogs, so D tier. Billy wasn't dangerous per se, but he was hellishly tanky, which made him so he could basically soak up all the damage from the monsters and then push them into me. Or he could basically lure all the monsters into one place and then get them into a situation where he's right next to me. Hell, even at level 17, he had his issues of him either screwing me over or him actively going for things that I was going after. So, probably B tier, because he's both annoying and he got me killed a shit ton, both on and off stream. Chupacabras, I'm just gonna let this decide the whole thing. I'm just gonna leave it at two things. They're fast, they basically have aimbot, and they do a shit ton of damage. I don't know why I froze up there for a second. Ghouls. They're right. I'll put them in C tier because they did kind of stun me quite a bit. But all in all, they weren't that bad. Snakes were, eh. The only real issue with them was them just soaking up ammo. But other than that, they were really easy to take care of if I just threw molotovs. So, when it comes to most of the enemies in level 15, they honestly weren't that bad. So this, where is the other stuff? This, and especially this, because I didn't even get to fight that because I skipped it. So yeah, if we could take anything away from this, level 15 is kind of a piece of cake because of all the enemies. Still, I got my ass kicked by it, so take that as you will. Pirates were, well, pirates. You can't really fight them differently. So, D tier. Laros didn't really change them much, and they were just as much of a pushover as they are in the normal game. Zombies were not bad, honestly. They were pretty easy to deal with. If anything, they helped me out quite a bunch because they rarely attacked me, and if they did, it was pretty little. And all I really saw for was just farming super. Evil books were pushovers, as always. Undead hands were pushovers, as always. Demons were really annoying to deal with. To put it simply, the ice and fire ones could shoot through walls, which made it so I couldn't just hide from their projectiles. The earth one was annoying because I kept having to move nonstop in case they did their earth spell. And all of them had the most obnoxious move in the game, which was the demon roll, which is pretty deadly on madness, especially if there's a group of them. Explosive zombies have given me quite a shit ton of PTSD from level 10, but all in all, they weren't exactly that bad. If you're playing carry, they're a one-shot. With every other character, they're like a two-shot, unless you're using your super. And unless they're in like a confined space like the chemistry lab of level 7, not level 7, the chemistry lab of level 10, they honestly were kind of a piece of piss. I'll put them in C tier though, because dear god, level 10 was a train wreck when I first tried it. Skeletons kind of go in the same place as zombies. They honestly were kind of a piece of piss. They weren't that bad, honestly. Gargoyles were pretty bad. They were more bad in the early game because I didn't really have anything good to deal with them. Like, the further I got into the game, they weren't that bad because they were either flying off the map or I could just cheese past them with nail guns or Zack's super. Definitely weren't deadly though, so I'll put them in B tier. Ghosts were kind of pushovers, not gonna lie. Usually my Striver was just spamming molotovs, and that worked perfectly. Mummies, I rarely saw them. In all fairness, I don't remember ever having many issues with them. I am burning my finger slightly. Ow. That's the issue of a overheating PC with a touchscreen. That stings. Okay, whatever. Did I put the mummy somewhere else, or there's the mummy. But yeah, mummies weren't that bad, and honestly, I didn't really find them super annoying, so B tier. But I'll put them, like, here. Alright, I just realized these are bikers. Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then fuck that. Bikers are going here. I thought these were the zombie gunners. But yeah, bikers were annoying entirely because of level... Was it level 5? No, it was level 4. Yeah, level 4. Yeah, that was a fucking train wreck, that first Monster Fest. Simply put. When the hell did I put a C there? Get rid of that. But yeah, they were bad because they were in a confined space. Their smoke bombs were annoying because I meant I couldn't hit them half the time. And the only real way you could comparably deal with them is sitting in the corner and hope they didn't spam you to death. Is there any other ones worth mentioning? Actually, is the werewolf on this tier list? I don't see the werewolf on this tier list. Unless I'm blind and I just can't see it. Oh, wait, yeah, I'm just blind. Werewolves were kind of eh. Definitely weren't annoying, but they did certainly have their moments where they did get me killed a few times. Now I'll put them here. Like, they weren't that bad for the most part, but if they were in a confined area, then they did kind of mess me up a bit. Martians, they go here entirely because of this abomination. Actually, in fact, I'm just going to put them both here. Because, well, you know why. Martians spawn UFOs, and UFOs are the bane of my existence, and these little shits also have the ability of soaking up stupidly high amounts of damage, being insanely hard to hit, and also doing surprisingly high amounts of damage for how, well, tanky they are. Headless priests were kind of eh. I'd probably put them in annoying just because they were kind of hard to hit, because you had to wait for them to throw their heads. Now, harpies. Simply put, they resurrect, they can stun lock you to death with their grab. Their grab can cancel you out of doing certain things like throwing grenades or attacking or basically doing anything that isn't running for your life. And they do amazingly high damage in groups. So, yeah. Wheelers were pretty annoying, but all in all, they were kind of manageable. The other annoying part about them was when they attacked. The moment they started blocking with the shields, then yeah, they were a piece of cake. Leprechaun, never even fought him, so put him down there because I skipped him for doing goldless. The principal was, I'll save him for later actually. I'll go over oh yeah, these things. Spires. I'll put them here. The only real issue with them was, well, when they shot their webs at you. Because they would slow you down to a crawl, and then if they were paired up with the right thing, you know, like a werewolf or a vampiress or a bunch of swinging axes, they could shred your health bar in two. And that wasn't exactly fun. Swamp Boy was honestly really not that bad. I'm gonna put him next to Bob because, The real annoying part about him was when he didn't throw items or burrow underground, but he's an enemy that gives you free health, so, He honestly wasn't that bad, I just had to get lucky with him. Fire imps were not that bad. The only obnoxious part about them was glitched fire, but I don't think I got glitched fire from a single fire imp in my entire playthrough. And they were relatively weak, so about, I guess I'll put them, like, here. Gremlins were, well, gremlins. They were relatively easy. The only real obnoxious part was when they stunned you with their wrenches. But all in all, not too bad. So I'll just put them next to cats. Robots were kind of hit or miss. In some situations, they were borderline nightmares to deal with. And on the other hand, they were kind of easy. Like, good example would probably be for like easy is level 2. Because you could just circle him endlessly with Zack. And certainly obnoxious one is probably level 11. Because they spawn in non-stop, and they spawn in giant groups. And a close second would probably be level 10 for its chemistry lab finale. So, I guess B tier. Put them next to demons. I should actually put gargoyles here. These two here. Put Billy down here with spiders. And then put this there. Okay, yeah, that seems a lot better. I'll clear the tier list in a sec. I just want to get everything in place so I know where it's gonna go. This thing isn't even in the cave, so we'll ignore that. Evil trees. They weren't that bad, but by God, did they shred up vehicles bad. But they were only on like one level, and they were a complete joke with molotovs, so yeah. Bad zombies were They weren't exactly hard because you could circle them, but if there was more than one, then they were kind of a pain in the ass. Especially the charge. I've had times where that charge just insta-killed me, and it was not fun at all. So I guess we put him in top of seats, not top. I guess I'll put him above cats. Because, I mean, cats, they're kind of the opposite of cats. They spawn super infrequently, and they do stupidly high damage, but they're only really a threat in huge numbers, and they're only really a threat because they can do stupidly high damage. Cats is they spawn super frequently, but they do very little damage at the cost of stunning you nonstop and being spawned by witches. Speaking of which, witches. Up you go. I don't think I need to explain this further than frog and cat. Frog spell is probably the worst thing God has ever created in his last 2,000 years of existence, or however long we've lived. And, yeah, I ain't even gonna go any further on that. That's all you need to know. Miss Hiss. Need I say more? I don't think I need to explain it a lot, but it's the simplest way I can boil it down is they have the health of a fat zombie with the insta-kill potential of Bigfoot. Basically meaning if there was more than one, you're instantly dead, and if there was only one, you have a very high chance of being instantly dead. Jackos were surprisingly kind of easy in this run. My whole strat was just running in circles and shooting them. The only real time they were a real threat was level 7. But all in all, they were kind of jokes. I'll put them next to Firearms and Bones. I'll put Clown here. Vampiresses. I know not a lot of people are going to agree with me on this, but, actually, just to appease people, I'll just put it there. Because all fairness, Vampiresses differ in difficulty if you're using a keyboard and mouse and a controller. I use a controller, so these bitches are the bane of my existence. Because they move stupidly fast, and they have the same issue as Miss Hiss. If one latches onto you, you should just consider yourself dead. Because with how low your health is on pre-patch madness, the slight gust of wind could kill you. So yeah. Samurais were They were annoying for sure, but I think it was only really because they're shurikens and how tanky they were. When it comes to their other two attacks, they were pretty easy to avoid if I wasn't in the small arena like level 17. But other than that, they were kind of okay, I guess. Scorpions, they honestly were kind of a joke. I'll put them next to dogs because they spawn just as frequently and they scare me just as much. Very little. The principal, I'm just gonna go with this one. He is kind of eh. On one hand, if you're doing it legit, he is super hard. But on the other hand, you can cheese both like the first and second phases. The first one is super luck based, but you can damage boost your way onto the second platform and hit the next checkpoint, meaning you skip the first phase of the fight. And the second phase, you can cheese by just making him jump off the edge of the map and killing himself. The third phase, on the other hand, is kind of an RNG fest on if you get blown up or not, and it's not really helped by the fact of robots endlessly spawning. So I guess for that I'll put him in B tier. Probably like the top, if I can move gargoyles down there. Granny was probably the most fun I had in this whole damn challenge, because it was just restarting 20 times. Now, I'll just be fair. If we're talking legitimately here, if I didn't do that trick, I would still probably be on level 3, because Granny is stupidly difficult, for the same reason of why the principal would have been difficult. I couldn't just cheese him. Every time you die or reset the checkpoint, her health is increased, and I'm not sure if it's like doubled or tripled. It's something like that. But basically, the more you reset last checkpoint, and thus the more you die, the more health she gets, meaning she's harder to kill unless you just X out the game, then go back in, and then try your attempt, and then die, and it's just an endless cycle. So, yeah. If you're cheesing it, she's kind of a joke. So I'll put her at like the top of D tier. Because if I was doing it legitimately, she would be terrible. Possessed Cart was okay, I guess. His only real issue was just the fact of, well, the ATV controls and top-down are fucking atrocious. And, yeah. That and probably the bit where, in the final phase, he just starts running you over crazy taxi style. But other than that, it's not really much different from normal Monster Madness, so it's just Possessed Cart being Possessed Cart. The only difference is you can't have a minigun and conscience to just cheese the damn thing. Zeppelins were kind of eh. I'll put them in B tier for the sake of they were probably the biggest cause of glitch fire, and despite being blimps, they were surprisingly hard to kill. I think they're like the second hardest flying enemy to kill, aside like gargoyles. Although I could be wrong, I'm not sure if it's zeppelins or gargoyles that are the tankiest flying enemies. It's either that or herpes. The chief. Kind of a joke. You could just do the one single trap and he's honestly a bit of a pushover. So I'll just put him there with the 3 other bosses. Gym teacher's a similar situation. It's just the normal gym teacher fight. Nothing's changed, and the optimal way of even doing the fight to begin with is to use your melee weapon to kill the zombies. So, D tier. Honestly, not that bad. Frankie's were pretty damn bad, but it more just depended on what map you were on. If you were on a super crowded map like Level 17's Final Monster Fest, then yeah, by God, they are atrocious. But if you're not doing that, then they're still obnoxious, but they ain't as likely to just murder you instantly. So I'll put them about here, next to Chupacabras. Now we got the bosses and the Ghoul Squad left, right? Yep, just the bosses and Ghoul Squad. I'm just gonna get this out the way. Bush is a complete joke. You just run up to him with your I'll just let you know this, Larry. If you didn't check the Discord, I instantly gave up. on Demon Larry because I realized I've expended everything I could at him, including Andy and the Hand of God, and nothing worked. So, I've just given up. Because in all fairness, even if I did beat Demon Larry, level 18 is already impossible because of Lord of Demons. So, yeah. If you missed the last two shrines as well, the final Monster Fest for level 17 is also impossible. So, out of 18 levels, I beat 16. Which, for someone of my skill caliber, which is very fucking low, I did okay. Don't give me that look, Larry. You do the same if you were in my shoes. Anthony and Kelly. Okay, I might as well get back on track. Anthony and Kelly, I never even got to fight them, so. Meh. I always put them where people would usually put them. Because, well, they're Anthony and Kelly. They aren't usually that bad. And I don't think only using melee ones would really make much of a difference. Clarice, on the other hand, yep, she goes right up there. The grenade slingshot and super. All I gotta say. She just either insta-kills you, or she insta-kills you. I think the only real chance you have of beating her Laryless is just running in circles and hoping you kill Butch first. And then just praying to any god you believe in that you can just circle her long enough. Now, Mr. Huggles was a complete joke. He was not that bad in the slightest. It was just Mr. Huggles, so nothing much changed. Jabba the Huggles was kind of but he was certainly probably one of the hardest in D tier. Not as bad as like Granny if you didn't cheese it, but pretty close. But that was only really because a fat zombie and witches spawned. But they didn't spawn infinitely like every other boss, which is surprisingly weird. So I'll just put him in D tier again because Count Dracula was surprisingly not as bad as I thought he'd be. I was expecting him to be a lot worse than I thought he would. Because, you know, he teleports, he regens health, vampire wrestlers spawn in the fight. But all in all, he wasn't exactly that bad if I just base tanked him constantly and just ran in his face. But he's still not exactly easy. So I'd probably put him above Principal. Because you can't exactly cheese him super well. The only real thing you can do is just face tank him and hope you do it. Now it's on to these three. I'm just gonna put it straight. Larry is annoying, but pretty easy if you just run at him with your melee weapon. Metal Cog is a complete and total pushover, because it's just normal Metal Cog Larry with no differences whatsoever. Now these three. Grim Reaper is annoying for one reason and one reason alone. Actually, no, not one reason. Two reasons. One, harpies, and two, his hitbox. Dear God, this hitbox was probably the worst part of the entire fight, and harpies did not help that much by me having such a little time window and just having to get lucky. So, for that case, he's just gonna go in A tier for the sake of not only making me like fucking hate myself in my first playthrough of Monster Madness, but also making me have to relive that for Laryless. And here we are. Lord of Demons and Demon Larry. Lord of Demons, I'm just gonna put it straight. He is probably the hardest boss in this entire damn game. on this challenge specifically. If you were doing any other challenge, I bet he would be a fucking joke, unless it was flamethrower only. But besides that, dear God, this fight's a nightmare. The best way I could try is just break down what you have to do in the fight. You need to... The simplest way I can break this down is just explaining how you even fight Lord of Demons on Larryless, and thus how you fight him true melee only. Larry can definitely relate because he did fist only, and he also skipped this. So what you have to do is you need to dodge a bunch of his bullet hell attacks, hope you get lucky and that he flies in the air. Then, hope that you get lucky again and that he lands somewhat close to you. Then, you gotta hit him as much as you can, until he ends up either starting to do another attack, or he just sucker punches you. And then you just repeat that over and over again until you finally beat him. Now, add witches on top of that, and you get the worst boss in the entire damn game. That and immunity frames. You asked nicely for the big gem, and thus you... Actually, yeah, I'm right. You didn't skip the fight. You just said please to Satan, and he gave you the infinite monster token. So then you could give it to Larry, so then you could fight him in an endless game of happy slaps. You sold your soul in exchange for not having to fight him. And now there's Demon Larry. And I'm just gonna say it. I thought he was gonna be way fucking easier than he actually is on Madness. I knew about the health thing. But one thing I didn't know is that he will just endlessly spam his attacks the moment you die. So the moment you go into a fight, he attacks relatively slow in the beginning phase, where he's just doing sound waves once every 5 seconds. If you die or reset checkpoint on that fight at all, he will do a sound wave once every second, or 2 seconds. I'm not sure how much exactly is, but it felt like around a second or 2. And then there was, of course, the lightning, and the fact of I needed to try and hit him as much as I could, and I couldn't farm super off of him, so Carrie and Zach were basically useless. Staying with Andy because I couldn't get any hits off unless I was going for his ankles before I even did the fight. Along with having to survive the gauntlet of doing it with no health pickups for, 18 goes of throwing donuts into his face. And, yeah. He's still not as bad as Lord of Demons, but dear God, he is atrocious. I'm gonna say he's about A tier, because he's definitely not the worst in the game. I bet someone above my skill level could definitely beat him with my stupid limitations. But I certainly can't, and I have done this for way too fucking long to care anymore. So, yeah. That's the whole tier list. I'm actually just gonna save this because, yeah. I feel a lot more happy about that than I did with the other one. Now I guess I can go on to Nevermind. I just exited out of it. Oh, screw me. I gotta fucking... Gotta go into this. Gotta go back onto Tier Maker. Tier Maker. Monster Madness. Alpha Chapter and levels. There. I went to Discord and OBS. There. Smash or pass? What are the levels or the monsters? Because if I have to tell you this, the only ones I'm smashing is probably the Witch and the Vampiress. Okay, yeah. It's like, the rest is either necrophilia or bestiality, and I don't want to be a part of any of that shit. A raw tier. You know what? I'll make this the raw tier. I'll put it in all caps actually. We'll have raw, hard, annoying but not bad, meh, and easy. So, Zach's house. Easy. Level 2. Actually, you know what? I'll make this not meh. I'll actually just put it as fun. Level 2. Also pretty easy. But then again, there's also that glitch where Fat Zombie could spawn, you kill the Fat Zombie, and then you don't get the key. Best designer bookcases. Are you looking at the advertisement on the bottom of the screen? Because the one I'm seeing right now is like an Adobe Acrobat Pro one. I'll put it in easy. Not as easy as level... yeah. Level 3 was actually probably the surprisingly fun. It wasn't fun when I started the challenge off stream, but the more I found out about it and the more I got used to it, I actually don't mind the level as much as I did when I previously played it. For all the little cheesy tricks you can do with it, it's for all the like tricks you can do in that, it was a lot of fun. Level 5 was not bad per se, but like the only real hard part about it was probably basketball and the biker monster fest. Oh no, not Hapag Lloyd. Junkyard was a joke. Especially since Bob Zombie was in it and you could basically get through in 30 seconds. The real hard part about that was, well, the traps, but that's only if a dog got on you or you got stung by a robot. Level 6. I'm just going to put this here. And if you've watched the streams, you will most definitely know why. If you don't know why, the mech section. That's all I need to say. Oh god, no. Level 6 was not that bad. It was hard, but the only real hard part about it was probably the Jacko Monster Fest. So that was only really because like Miss Hiss's spawn, not Miss Hiss's, Vampire Russ's spawn. I don't know why I got them mixed up so damn much, but yeah. Oh no, not Grundfuss. I'll put it in hard though. I was like, Mr. Huggles wasn't that bad, but the zombie section was tedious, and the Monster Fest was a pain in the ass. Zachy, I'm not playing Call of Duty right now. I'm doing a tier list. Level 8 was kind of a pain in the ass, if not entirely because of the Monster Fight Club Fest. But it wasn't the worst thing imaginable. It was just tedious and really annoying. So I'd probably put it with level 4. Hell School was surprisingly hilarious, if not entirely because the game crashed twice because it couldn't handle Carrie's power. So Hulu the Divine had to fucking handle it himself, and here we are. DFS. I fucking hate these ads, man. Curse you, modern internet. But yeah. Level 10 was, I'd probably put it in Raw, but... Should I put it in Raw? I'm not sure. Because on one hand, it got a lot easier the moment I realized you could bring blue chairs into the final thing. But that chemistry lab fest was still an absolute nightmare. And that final section in the level was still an absolute train wreck. I'll just put it in Raw. It's not as bad as level 7, but eh. Level 11 started off stupidly bad, if not entirely because 2 Miss Hisses spawned, and as we all know, Miss Hiss is probably the most dangerous thing in the entire game that isn't a boss. Even then, with bosses, she's still probably the most dangerous. But the other 2 parts of it were surprisingly fun. The third fight, not so much. I'll put it here. Cemetery Trek wasn't bad. In all fairness, it was actually kind of fun. If not entirely because of one... Oh god, the view is back. If not entirely because Butch was a complete pushover. And aside from the elevator section, everything else was surprisingly easy. Like, for one of the longest levels in the whole game, I was expecting it to be a lot harder than it actually was. Same could kind of be said about this level, but it's more annoying, if anything, just because I don't like level 13. I just don't find it to be a super fun level. It's just level 13 if it was annoying. It's just level 12 if it was annoying. And it had none of the charm of a good boss. So yeah. The Catacombs. So, this may surprise you, but I'm actually going to kind of put it in easy. The Catacombs were honestly kind of a joke. I beat every part of it in my first attempt up to the minecart section. And even then, the minecart section was just trial and error. The only hard part of that whole level was the Grim Reaper fight. The minecart section was trial and error, and the rest I was able to either skip or just solve by running in a circle. So, eh. Level 15 was kind of embarrassing. But, mostly because I died 5 times, but we don't talk about that because in all fairness, as a whole, it's probably the easiest level in the whole damn game. It doesn't have anything like Bob Zombie, where you just throw molotovs at him until he eventually kills himself. But it does have the benefit of you being able to skip every single part of the level, probably making it the second fastest level in the entire game. Probably the third fastest, actually, because there's Super Jump level 2. But yeah, that's for another day. Level 16 was pretty damn hard. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's raw per se. Like, it was hard as shit, but it was manageable. So I'd probably just put it like top of hard. And then there's level 17 and level 18. Level 17, in all fairness, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. because I got very, very far. I made it to the very final Monster Fest on the very last checkpoint of the game. But I couldn't do it because of the Miss Hiss section. And as we all know, I will repeat it again, Miss Hiss is the worst thing in Monster Madness. Aside from probably chupacabras and harpies and witches. And putting them in a confined space makes it borderline impossible to kill them without a radioactive flashlight or a minigun. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put this top of Raw only for this to be beaten as the hardest thing. I'm not gonna say it without splitting hairs, but dear God, Lord of Demons, and to an extent, Demon Larry, that shit was, I am gonna, like, sugarcoat this. On my last stream, I only got, on like my one attempt I gave of Lord of Demons before I just skipped him, I got a single hit off before just being flat out insta-killed by the witches and Satan. The Lord of Freaks got to me, man. He got freaky on me. And then there's Demon Larry, which is only really hard because of the health, and if you die once, he's basically just gonna start spamming the ever-living shit out of you, which makes you just wish you had a sonic shield. So, yeah. That is everything with Laryless. I would say more, but in all fairness, I don't know what else to add. This shit was a complete and total nightmare. I think I messed up. Yeah, it was like 470 or 469 deaths. Actually, no, yeah, it was 469 deaths. Nice. So, yeah. 469 deaths. Over 12 hours. About over 3 game crashes. And numerous rage quits. Yeah, don't worry. My next challenge is actually going to be somewhat enjoyable. I have learned my lesson with Laryless, and that is, I should not be putting this much challenge on myself for my lack of skill level on this game. But hey, at least we all learned a valuable lesson. Don't do this challenge. Unless you have a channel with subscribers you can gloat to, don't do this. This was probably the worst experience of my entire life. And if you ever consider doing this challenge, ever, whether it be for content or for trying to do more levels than I did, then, well, all I can tell you is good luck. But yeah. That is the bittersweet end of the Laryless saga. And thus, that's where I'm gonna end the stream. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, whatever the hell you want. And go and check out Larry Sway and EV2Easy's channels. Their videos are way better constructed, way better edited. They're a lot more enjoyable to watch. And they are way better at the game than I am, very clearly. But, yeah. That's about it. Thank you all for watching so very much. I'm very sorry I couldn't beat level 18. But, as always, if you want to try this challenge, be my guest. I know if I can't stop you, then God knows what will. And I'll see you in the next stream on the Game Net. And I hope you all have a good one.